Are we live? Let's see here. And yep, we are live. Great. Now I need to take care of some stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay. We're live. There is the chat. And where is... Oh. There we go. Got that. And this. Chris. What's going on, Chris? Yeah, it might be low. Let me know how it sounds now. And I'll see about making some adjustments. Okay, and we don't need this. Volume, mic check. I think we're going to rock with that for a minute. And guys, remember that channel membership is open. Everything's good over here. Is the volume good? That's what I need to know before we go any further. Go ahead and silence this because we don't need that going off during the stream anymore. And volume levels seem okay. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, right? So welcome to Money, Marriage, and Media. Tonight's show is She Marriageable? For those of you that don't know, I'm your host, Mike. And the point of this show is to prove that there are marriageable women out there. So how are we determining this? Well, we use 6 categories: fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. Now, for you ladies out here, you probably heard this a million times over. I know the guys have. What you might not know is that the average man will take 3 to 4 out of the 6. Okay. But again, we're talking about average man. Chris says it's great. I turned my headphones on. Okay, good. So that being said, that's why we look at the Kendra G show, singles on YouTube Live, because this gives us a plethora of women who are actually okay with, telling their personal story or answering questions in a dating format, so we can actually get to know who they are and determine if they're marriageable or not. Now, I think almost every week we find at least one. Now, keep in mind, they may not be marriageable to you, but that's not the point, okay? Because the reality is, and again, another tidbit for the ladies here, while you only have to have 3 out of the 6 categories, remember, fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childish, you only need 3. The tricky part comes in is that each guy is going to be looking for a specific 3. So my advice to you ladies is that, whichever 3 that you are naturally gifted in, or whichever 3 qualities stand out the best for you, you're going to have to find a guy who sees value in those qualities. That's the best way I can put it. And unfortunately, depending on where a guy is in his journey of life, his 3 or 4 may change. I mean, unfortunately, that's the way this works. So with that being said, we're about to get started here. Make sure you're liking the video, subscribe if you haven't, but we're going to go ahead and jump in. Also, remember, channel membership is open. The main benefit of being a channel member is that you get access to exclusive content that does not make it to the regular YouTube audience. So that being said, you also get some chat privileges too. But we're going to get this train moving and get on with the show.
Let's add her.
Hi, Kendra. This is my second time.
Your second time? Okay.
Super chat from Chris. It says, showing support. Chris, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to you, the best moderator in the business. Let's keep going.
When was your year before?
Well, well, day before when Zach was on, the volume was kind of bad. It was really bad, and he said I sound like I was underwater. So how do I sound right now?
I think I could work with it, honey. What's your name?
My name is Heidi. I'm from Houston.
Houston. Okay, you look good, Heidi.
Thank you. Thank you.
How old are you, honey?
I am 53.
Oh wow, now you look
Yeah.
really good. You
I
look
am
good, and now
53.
you're 53. You look amazing.
Yes. Well, the gray, I've been gray since I was in my early 20s. So
Okay,
I am 53 years old. Yes, ma'am.
you look amazing. What do you do for a living,
Thank you.
Heidi?
I have, and I'm gonna tell you a little background. I've done well, licensed hairstylist, and I operated in my career for 35 years. Right now, I am a mental health counselor, and I still do hair.
Okay, a mental health counselor, and she does hair.
Yes,
Do you have
ma'am.
any? Do you have any children?
No, ma'am, I don't have any children.
Okay, no kids. Have you ever been married?
Yes, I have, and I'm divorced.
When did you divorce?
Uh, it's been before the pandemic. I think it's
Okay,
been about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
okay. If you don't mind me asking, how long was you married for?
He was my friend before we got married. So uh
That doesn't
we were
answer the
married
question.
maybe about 4 years. I forgot. It wasn't a good experience, but it was about 4.
Okay, so she married her probably male best friend, and it didn't work out. And then, but if this was 4 years ago, then that means that I think what we have is here is a woman who is married to her job or jobs, because she's still talking about she still does hair and she's a licensed counselor. Mental health professionals are, that's a tough field to be in mentally, because it's hard to say, because there is transference is a real thing, and if you don't have somebody to help you through that yourself, it can bleed over into your personal life. I'm not saying that's happened to her, but it's something that you have to deal with if you ever want to be with, start a life or build a life with a mental health professional. But yeah, I think this woman is probably married to her jobs. Because again, she didn't get married until later in life. And at that point, I mean, she's 53 now. 4 years ago, you're not trying to have kids. She didn't want kids. Okay. So you just want somebody to make it to the end of life with, and you married your male friend, but it didn't work out. So the real question is, what is she looking for now? Again, most men get married because they want a family, but clearly, as you get up in age, in her case, it's not going to happen. So there are what I would call, it's not necessarily you're looking for to build a family, but you're looking for someone to make it to the end of life with. Those type of relationships do exist, and again, but the question is that if she just had that and it didn't work out, what is she actually looking for? But I guess we got to keep going to figure that out.
4 years.
Okay. So Heidi, and what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini.
And everything that you say about a Gemini and everybody is true to some aspect. However, with me, when I show those other sides, it's when I am triggered, when a person is not being fair, if they are lying, if they.
Translation: when somebody has negative characteristics, it's a turnoff for me. You and 90% of the other people out here, like how this zodiac thing is going. Okay, we just need to keep going, because wow,
Playing games. Well, I'm a different person after that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I used to give Geminis a very hard time when I began this show, but I don't do it anymore. I try to be, of course, as a Taurus, I'm always gonna say that zodiac sign's the best. But I used to go hard on Geminis. I don't do it as much, although I do still think I keep my personal feelings about Geminis to myself, but I do think y'all crazy as hell.
We can be.
All right. The Gemini
Yeah.
is a guy. I don't know how many of y'all seen every episode, but I always tell an episode when I dated an athlete, and he one time told me I was selfish to want him all to myself. That was a Gemini that told me that I was selfish.
Oh, really? Child, please.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Heidi
Okay.
Houston. Heidi Houston, 53, Gemini. She also is a mental health consultant now.
Counselor.
Counselor. Hairstylist, no kids. All right, honey. What kind of man you looking for?
I need a person that's intentional, self-aware, emotionally intelligent. His mental health needs to be good. If he have children, I need him to be responsible. He needs to be a person who have a relationship with God. Now, I can't tell you how to have that relationship, but I believe that if a person is in tune with God, his higher power, whatever he want to call him, that means he'll learn how to treat others. That don't mean just me. I want you to be aware of how you treat people.
Total Misdemeanor says she sounds as if she's a turnoff. Her tonality alone. Well, y'all go fix. Yeah, we're not going there right now.
So, I mean, that's important to me.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Smokers, bad breath, not well groomed, bad attitudes. It could be a lot of things that can be a deal breaker, but however, the big thing for me is smoking, hygiene, don't smell good. I have a problem with that.
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
Of course. He needs to match my energy.
Woo, child.
What does that mean?
Yes, ma'am. He needs to match my.
She's got all the lingo down, but I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, well, does he have to look a certain way? And he needs to match my energy. What does energy look like? Am I the only one that's curious about this? Because this is... why do I get the feeling that we're talking about a mythological guy here? Because we can't get anything specific. These things are very vague. But she did, however, say no smokers, bad hygiene, and bad attitude. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but
energy, and whatever that is, he needs to be able to be, like I say, well groomed. I need him to look like he care about himself, because I'm gonna represent him, and I need him to represent me.
Heidi ain't playing no games with your asses. What about money? He gotta make a certain amount of money, Heidi.
I need him to be able to have enough money to date. I need him to be where he's not overly whelmed with debt, or if you have debt, okay, I need you to take care of that. You created it. You need to pay your bills. Don't ask me to borrow money. Don't ask me to cash out. I need you to be a full-fledged man, seriously.
Men be asking you for cash apps, Heidi.
Child, the last boyfriend I had. And that's why we're not together. He asked me to cash app him, and at first, it was okay. But then that second time, it was like, he had some financial problems. I can't do it.
Heidi, I'm just curious. How much did he ask you to cash app him?
Kendra, I'm ashamed to even say it. $50.
How old was he?
54.
54, okay. I said, no, bring your broke ass over here.
Okay. that is that's a bad situation for sure, right? No doubt. But the question is that what type of guys is she attracting to the point where you have to make it known that something as simple as being able to pay your own bills, like that should be most women on this show sum that up and he just has to be able to take care of himself. But she's being very specific, which makes me wonder, like, what type of guys is she attracting? Like seriously, I'm just wondering because this kind of total misdemeanor. You might be hinting at something there because of her tonality. It makes you wonder, like, is she looking for a leader? Or does she want to be the I'm just picking up on little stuff here. I haven't. It's not a definite. I'm not making any definitive accusations here, but it makes you wonder though, because again, she keeps attracting these guys who clearly can't afford to take care of themselves, right? Because they're asking her to cash out them $50, and this guy was in his 50s. Okay, so this might be the now. Usually this would be the point where I start asking the question, okay, well, who vetted that guy for you? But at 53, nah. The question then becomes is that why are you only attracting these low value guys? Is she dating like a man? Or is she... Chris says, no, I'm getting alpha female vibes. Don't get me started on that term. That term has been overused. Alpha female translation, she's a masculine woman. That's what we're really trying to say here. Because there's no such... An alpha female, by definition, is a broken... It's not a broken concept. It's misunderstood. Case in point, like, we know what the term alpha means. It's supposed to be the top of a hierarchy, right? So then, if that's the case... female, which is supposed to be feminine. So if you rephrase it like that, the most feminine, that's not the vibe I'm getting. That's not what this looks like. So yeah, from this channel, that's how we're going to use that. Because I'm not buying this whole she's just masculine, and I'm not saying that she is or she isn't, but what I am saying is that it's starting to look that way during this interview. You keep attracting these guys who can't take care of themselves. She's married to her careers or jobs because, mental health, she's a licensed counselor. That's her career. Doing hair is a job at this point. But I think she's married to her jobs. And now she's complaining about the very men that she attracts. Well,
Yeah.
At all. I'm not broke, so I don't need you to be broke.
Let me
Don't
ask you
come
this,
to me.
Heidi. I know you didn't
Huh?
give a number. I'm not going to force you to give a number. But does he have to be a six-figure earner?
great question.
I need him to match. I mean, I'm doing pretty well for myself. I don't have any children.
Translation, yes. That's what yes. Kendra's slick because she gonna ask the question like that, but she's gonna dance around the answer. It's a yes or no question, and she don't want to say that, but that's what it is.
And I have a lot of obligations. So I'm not going to put a number on it, Kendra. I just need him to be able to afford to date.
Okay, fair enough. Could he have kids already?
He can have children, but this is the key. If you have a crazy baby mama, I'm not doing it. I don't.
If the guy is, I'm assuming that she's looking for guys close to her own age. the chances of a guy in his 50s having a baby, anything. Like, what are the odds with that? Yeah, this is okay.
Bring drama, so I don't want drama coming in my life. My life is peaceful. Nobody is knocking at my door. They're not blowing up my phone. I don't have to hide my phone. I don't have to do any of that. If you have to do any hiding, don't call me. I mean, we're supposed to make each other life better when we meet each other. I don't need to come in your life causing drama, and please don't come into mine causing any drama as well.
Don't play with Heidi. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
You know what? I've been trying to do that all night, trying to put it on. Can I just hold it up, Kendra? And then look, I'm 135 pounds.
You look good, Heidi.
53. And so one of my flaws is I used to work out. I need to get back in the gym, be more aware with my health. Because in your 50s, things can start going wrong. So I need to be more aware with that. I wear my feelings sometimes. If something is on my mind, you'll know it. And another flaw that I have, I work a lot. So when I go to a restaurant and I'm trying to work on that. If I'm not getting good service, the waiter will know it, but I'm working.
Translation, I have a bad attitude. You're going to take it out on the server. And she is in a stressful career. That's why I said that about the mental health profession. And now it's a blatant example of you got all these negative emotions and then you're taking it out on somebody.
Working on that because I understand that they work hard. So that's a part of me that I know I need to work on.
Give me an example how the waiter gonna know they ain't doing their damn job right.
Okay. I'm very particular about certain things like my tea, because I like sweet tea. And I'm very verbal when I tell you what I want. If I have to ask about 4 times, then that's a problem. After the second and third, okay, but the 4th time, my face is going to show it.
Now, see, on the surface, this seems like, oh yeah, you got to ask for something 4 times. The problem is because I've worked in the food industry, right, in food service industry. The problem is what she prefaced it with. I'm very particular. Translation, I'm ordering something that isn't regular or isn't on the menu, and I want you to make it just like I tell you to. And if you don't do it, I'm going to bite your head off. Sweet tea is not hard to make, but she likes her tea apparently. And apparently it took the last guy 4 times to make it right, even though it's literally sugar and tea bag, sugar and water. And in most restaurants, it's pre-made. So yeah, usually they make it by the gallon. So if the waiter has to specifically make her tea glass and gets it wrong, he's going to get an earful. Dave with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. And let's keep going.
I think that's fair at a restaurant. 4 times before you go off. I think that's not argumentative. All right, Heidi. Hi, this is Heidi Houston, 53, Gemini, mental health counselor, also does hair, and no kids. When was your last relationship?
The one that tried to borrow that $50.
When was that?
That's been probably about 6 months.
6 months. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It was before then, way before then. Yeah. Okay.
Heidi, you already told me your 3 flaws. I think you already told me your 3 flaws, right?
Yeah, I can say more, but that's all I'm gonna give. The
Just give me the
person
three
that
one
gets,
more time. This is the time I literally asked that question. But I
I
think
wear
you
my
said
feel,
it.
I wear my feelings. However I feel about something, you're gonna see it on my face. That's number one. Service, how I respond if I'm not getting proper service, and taking better care of myself, health wise.
Okay. And what is the age range you would date?
Oh God.
Yeah, Sim City, welcome to the chat, sir. Oh nah, she wants water boy level tea quality. You're getting yelled at for sure. You know, it's not just about the tea though. Imagine imagine you marry this woman and something goes wrong and you guys are having an argument in the house. Now she done went off on the server for making the sweet tea wrong. Imagine. See, yeah, I think you guys get the picture.
I'm on the fence. I was just telling my mother something and I was joking, but actually I would say 49 to maybe 58, 59. He can be 60, but he gotta be fine, Kendra. He gotta look good. He gotta match my energy.
He got to that. This is a requirement. He got to match her energy.
I mean, I promise. If he want to take me to a play, a concert, um, to the picnic, I'm gonna represent him to, you know, yeah.
She gonna
And I
represent.
need him to do the same for me. I don't want to dress up a man. I don't need a build a bear. I don't need any of that. I want you to come. Of course, it's some things that we're going to talk about and he will learn. But ultimately, I need him to already have some of those qualities there. I'm not here to be your mother, none of that. I want to add to your life, but I'm not going to be your mama and you can't be my father.
Child.
And
Heidi, why would
you'll have a supporter. I mean, I'm very supportive. Yes, I mean, I said that about the Cash App thing, but however, when you add to the relationship as time go on, you'll know what you're getting. I'm not selfish. I'm, it's a lot of good qualities, and I care not to share it because I don't want anybody coming and ask. What I hate the most, I hate when a man, can you cook? Come on now. Get to know me, what I like to wear, what's my favorite color, what I like to eat, where I want to go. You haven't even found out any of those things, but you trying to ask me to cook, do something.
Oh, you know what? Kendra's about to say something, and I'm hoping she addresses this because this is a serious issue. Most men who bring up that can you cook because it might be a deal breaker for them. But of course, she's thinking about herself. And again, this is a woman who has no knowledge of the male experience. No surprise there. I mean, come on.
Well, let me defend that 1 second because cooking is a non-negotiable for some men. I know some men who will not date women who don't cook. Now, I've been blessed, but I've been blessed in that area. But I have several guy friends that literally won't date a woman if she can't cook.
And that's okay. I'm not saying that I can't. What I am saying is don't let that be the first initial conversation with me. I've had that happen to me.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Again, if it's a non-negotiable, right? When's the best time to bring that up? I mean, why am I having a hard time believe that if the shoe was on the other foot, there wouldn't be an issue? Translation: if the guy's a smoker, I think if she's on the smoking is probably the best example. She finds out you're a smoker, I think you're done. Rightfully so, though. And again, because that's her deal breaker. She said that. What's a deal breaker? Smokers. Okay, so why is it okay for her to have a deal breaker, but not the guy? Again, no knowledge of the male experience. But let's keep going, though.
Even taking me out to eat to get to know me and have a good time. But you asking about me cooking. No, that's not
But
right.
when is he able to ask about your cooking?
He can ask me if I can cook, and I'll tell him yes. But what I'm saying is, they asked me to cook before getting to know me. That
Okay.
don't make
Okay.
sense, Kendra,
I
to
got you.
me.
I guess here's the deal. I'm not gonna give you pushback. It's just because I do know that that is a requirement for some men, whether it be right or wrong. And he might feel like, well, if you can't cook, I'm not taking you out to eat all the time. But then there are some men, and by the grace of God, I have one where you cooking is not as important. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
But I can cook though. I can cook. I'm gonna be honest. I can cook. That's a quality that I have. But I don't want them to just walk into the relationship and asking for me to do that before we start having fun and getting to know each other.
What's interesting is that she made a big deal about the guy's finances. She expects him to be able to take care of himself. You want to know about my finances before we get to know each other? You see how crazy this sounds? Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That's just it.
Okay. Well, Heidi, this is the moment. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Heidi?
I'm very supportive. I'm well rounded. I'm intelligent. He can take me around any arena of friends. You know, I mean, I can walk in any room and talk to anybody. I'm gonna make him look good, especially when it comes to conversation. And I believe in being his best cheerleader. I know how to stand in my feminine energy. However, I've learned how to have a little masculine in me because of some of the men that I've met. They haven't just
a little.
I had to learn how to be in the front row because of what I've been running across lately.
Because of what she's attracting. I get it. No. Let's keep going.
So that's it.
Okay, let's do it. So this is Heidi. Oh, does he have to be in Houston?
Oh, of course. Or in the surrounding area like Manville, Katy, Spring, somewhere up in that area. I'm not, I want to be able to see him. I've tried the long distance before and I've had excuses on how we was going to connect. So I don't want to try that anymore.
At least she's realistic about that.
Heidi Houston, 53, Gemini, mental health counselor, also does hair. She has no kids. Let's break down some of the requirements. Be between 49 and 58. If you're 60, you got to be fine. Rule number 1, you got to match her fly. Don't come with no bullshit. If she can't take a picture with you and if they don't think y'all a fly ass couple, don't even reach out. Heidi ain't playing no games. She goes to plays. She goes to family reunions. She goes to motherfucking picnics. And she going to kill it all the time. So don't play no games. You need Cash App? Heidi ain't for you. She ain't sending your ass no $50. How the hell you ain't got $50 at 50 years old? Go figure that shit out somewhere else. Because Heidi don't got time. Now let's talk about debt. Oh, you in debt? Handle that shit. Handle that shit before you reach out to Heidi. Because Heidi is a grown ass woman and she don't got time for your dead ass. Cash ass.
Masculinity is spreading.
Can't look good next to her in a picture ass. So you got a crazy ass baby mama? You what? Don't come over. See, peace. Move side over here. It is a move side over here. Don't bring you and your crazy ass baby mama to Heidi because she got nothing but peace. Did I
nothing but peace?
Did I give you a good recap?
Kendra, I love you. You are on it. I love it. You act like you did that.
You know, it's funny because Kendra, you can tell that she's actually joking, but this lady is serious. Wow.
And I would love him to have a sense of humor. Nope, not boring. Like what you was doing, that was fun. That's nice. But some people would take that all over the place. But I love it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for
And she still ain't realized that she was impersonating her. Wow.
this time. Thank you.
Listen, Heidi, I enjoyed you a lot. I really did. And you absolutely look amazing. I think you're an inspiration to all Black women, how Black don't crack. So keep it going.
Thank you.
What?
Oh,
All right.
and Facebook, Heidi Collins. And
Really? Facebook. Now, let's see here. HEIDI. Yes. Of course, there's a bunch of them. And I have no idea if this does not look like her.
if you go on Instagram, I only have two pictures. It's precious.collins, but the easy way, Heidi Collins.
Okay. Okay. All right, Heidi.
Okay.
Well, I'll keep you posted how it goes, baby.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I can't find her Facebook. I don't know. We're gonna move on here. Oh wait, we gotta do the summary here. Oh man. Okay. Is she marriageable? Well, this can't be right. She's in shape, doesn't have any kids, and wow. Is she feminine? The obvious answer is no. Here's the issue, though. I think she's actually, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I think she's marriageable. After all that stuff I said, I still think she's marriageable. I know you guys are going crazy. Like Mike has lost his mind. There's no way. Hear me out. She's in shape. She doesn't have any kids. And believe it or not, this woman is cooperative of all the things. And it's not something. She also has, I do believe what she says about being feminine. It's not in her attitude though. It's in the way that she in her appearance. Because the couple of times she mentioned about the guy's appearance needs to match hers. Well, she actually broke it down for a second. What she's talking about is on dates, and she listed some very specific ones where she gave the impression that she wants to go, and she likes to dress up and feel very feminine, but she wants to go on dates where that's appropriate. That's why she's talking about going to plays and whatnot. And she wants a guy who's going to match that, who has a sense of style. The problem comes in is that her attitude is not feminine. I mean, we all picked up on that, right? The thing there is that, again, how am I saying she's cooperative? Because before I was talking about she's not looking for a leader. I think that what's going on here is this woman has a very old school mentality of marriage. This is a woman who is, what do you call it? I think she's looking for a husband. The problem is she's looking for a husband from a generation ago. And men are not built like that today because we ask questions. But again, how does that make her cooperative? I think the things that she was talking about that happens in a relationship, as far as being supportive, That's one of the biggest things about being a wife is you want a woman who's going to support you. But the thing is that her attitude is very off-putting. I think once you get past that, and believe me, I know it's a big thing to get over. But I think that if you can get past that, I think this woman would actually I believe her when she says she's supportive. I believe her when she says she knows how to look feminine. Act it? Probably no, I don't believe that. But look feminine, yeah. So how am I coming up with this score for marriageable? 0.5 point for femininity, 0.5 point for cooperativeness. I mean, now again, I got to remind you guys that she's probably not your cup of tea. I don't think she's marriageable to most men. I do think she has some wife qualities though. But again, if you're looking for a woman who is going to look the part, aesthetics are very important to her. She mentioned about the guy and his hygiene and whatnot. Perception is very important to her. If you're looking for a woman who is in shape, who dresses feminine, and who is looking to be, and you want someone who is also supportive and doesn't have any kids. If you believe in the whole power couple thing, this is what that looks like at 50. I don't necessarily agree with that. But if you are a guy who is looking for that, this is it at 50. This is as good as it's going to get. So, you don't have any kids. Y'all both have y'all careers. You're just looking for a partner to make it to the end of life. Look, the reality is that once you get past a certain age, this is what's out there. And the requirements for making it to the end of life, they're not the same as if you're trying to get married when you're 30 and you want to have a family. The reason why I'm spending so much time on this one is because very rarely do we talk about what happens when you're single and you're later in life. What does that look like? But we need to start having those discussions because the numbers are growing for the amount of people who are not looking to get married. So what does it look like? Or have a family. So what is that going to look like? Especially if you had a kid when you're young and you get to age 50, those kids are grown by that point. So what are you doing? Well, you're going to have to figure that out. But I think you need to keep an open mind to it. So to recap, do I think this woman is marriageable? Yeah, but you have to be, again, the age range that she's looking for, 49 to 59. Most of the people who watch this channel, you guys don't qualify for her anyway. You're not old enough. All right. Chris says there are so many women like this, especially during summer jazz season. Yeah, exactly. Because, again, this woman would fit right in there. So, again, I understand that because of the demographic of this show, most of you guys are not looking for a woman like this. I get it. But, again, this show is not specifically talking about you because she's not looking for most of y'all. So, is she marriageable? Yeah, but the type of man that she is would be a wife for. I mean, you're talking about an older man who has grown kids, not looking to raise a family because they've already done that, and you're just looking for somebody to make it to the end of life with. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing to deal with the attitude there, because that's not going away. I mean, that's part of the reason why she's been single for most of her life. Think about it. She didn't get married until her late 40s. Why do you think that is? Attitude, and she's a career woman. She's a workaholic. She's got 2 jobs, and she's not stopping either one of those. So, maybe I'll cover some. Maybe I'll cover that what it looks like to date a career woman long term, but we got to move on. Man, let's keep going.
God bless you. All right.
At my pace. At my pace. In the meantime, I'll let y'all continuously be loud and wrong about my personal life. It is just what it is, child. But we'll keep it moving. Let's stay focused. Let me see if I got any guys in the queue. I got a lot of women tonight. I got a lot of women. So let me get another woman. Let me get another woman. Hello? I can't hear you, baby.
Oh my God. I said I was getting picked today. Hi, Kendra. I love you.
What's your name, baby?
I go by Kay.
Kay, where you calling me from?
I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas. How old are you?
I will be 40 in a couple days.
Oh, when's your birthday?
September 16th.
Okay, September 15th. September 15th. That's still Virgo, right?
Virgo, yes.
Okay, Virgo. Okay, Las Vegas, 40 Virgo. What you do for a living, boo?
I am unemployed.
Why you not working? What's going on?
I had a corporate job and I was laid off by, it's just a lot of politics, a lot of racism. So yeah.
Are you suing?
Now I'm afraid to even go back to corporate America. I just want to do something different, but I haven't decided.
What, did you get laid off because of racism?
Pretty much.
Are you gonna sue?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. All right, so Kay, Las Vegas, 40, Virgo, currently unemployed. Do you have any kids?
No kids.
No kids. All right, baby girl, let's get into it. Do you think you're in a space to date with like not having a job right now?
I am. I prefer it that way because I want a man that'll take me at my lowest and help build me up, and that'll build my loyalty towards him.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What?
All right, let's get in.
Build your loyalty to him when you're dating. He's taking care of you. Oh my God. We starting off wrong already. Okay. Take a minute. Stretch it out. Reset. Okay. Let's keep going.
Let's get into it. What kind of man you looking for?
Just kind of goes into what I was just saying. A loyal provider.
A loyal provider. So you
Yeah.
want to provide for you right now that you're not working?
Well, even in a relationship, every time I'm usually in a relationship, I typically don't work, but like I'm a helper. If he has a business, I'm there to help him with his business, whatever he needs. That's usually my place, kind of like an assistant.
Pay all the bills?
Typically, yeah. But most of the
that?
men I encounter, they're manly men, so they prefer it that way.
So those men that you dated, why did it never go to something? Why are you not
different reasons? Like the last guy I was with, he had older kids, and I just felt like at a certain point he was picking his kids over me, which is okay to a certain extent. But these were grown adults that had multiple baby daddies, and they were always coming to us for money, and it just created an issue. Others, we've just kind of grown apart.
Okay. What are your deal breakers besides not being a provider?
Deal breakers. I have a lot of deal breakers. Nymphomaniacs. For people that are not aware, that's men that like to have sex too much. I think there's.
I hate when people just use these psychological terms and they don't know the real meaning behind them. Nymphomaniacs represent such a small percentage of the actual population that it's not even worth talking about or bringing up on a dating show. Most people will never come in contact with a nymphomaniac. It's like saying somebody's a narcissist. Most of you will never come in contact with an actual person who has received a diagnosis as being a narcissist, because it does not apply to the vast majority of the population. Oh, boy.
A lot to life more than sex, so let's not indulge in that. Let's go out, enjoy ourselves, enjoy each other in other aspects. Pathological liars. There are some men, they will just lie for no reason. It's like, what are you lying about that for? Smokers. If you smoke weed, cigarettes, Swiss sweets, that's a no. But if you smoke a nice cigar, we can do that on occasion. What
We can do
else?
that. Okay.
Men with multiple baby mamas. That's a no. I'm okay with men with kids, but just no multiple baby mamas. What else? Oh, like ghetto men that have like all the gold teeth, sag their pants. I can't do it. Like I'm from the hood, but I've evolved a little bit, so I just can't go back to that kind of lifestyle. Um, what else? Oh, 50-50 men. Absolutely not. I feel like if you want to go 50-50, you're looking more so for a roommate, not for a partner, not for a woman. The world isn't 50-50. I always say women have periods, women have babies, so life isn't fair, life isn't 50-50.
Okay. What's that noise in the background?
Oh, that's my dryer. Let me turn it off 1 second.
Okay.
Or just go to a different room. Like, what? Like, why? I was wondering what that noise was. It was starting to bug me.
I did not think I was getting paid. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, you have a lot of deal breakers. Let me ask you a question. How long have you been unemployed for?
7 months.
7 months. Do you
7 months.
anticipate going back to the workforce?
I mean, from a monetary stance, I need the money, but from the stress and the pressure, I'm not looking forward to it, but I am actively applying to jobs. Um, as someone about to turn 40, I don't really see myself working for the man any longer, so I'm just trying to figure it out.
So how are you currently paying your bills?
Oh, everybody's watching. So I had some savings, family,
Okay.
you get by.
Okay. Now, okay, I want you to respond to this because this is going to be a statement. You had a long list of deal breakers. What would you say to the person that would say you're currently unemployed? And that's a lot of deal breakers for a woman who can't even technically take care of herself at this moment.
Well, just because I'm unemployed, it doesn't make me lesser of a person, and it doesn't tell me that I need to settle. So those are things that I
Really? What does it make the guy then? Hmm. Sim City says we as men don't even know if she can give kids yet. We are supposed to provide no matter what. Yeah, this woman sounds like she's really just looking for a sugar daddy. Because the only thing that she's talking about doing is helping you with the business. But here's a little known fact. Entrepreneurs make up less than 40% of grown working adults. So if he doesn't have a business, what does that mean? Like, well, at least you know she can do laundry. I mean, doesn't mean she's going to do it for you, but at least we know she can do it.
still need and I still require. Just because I'm unemployed, I'm not supposed to be like, oh yeah, now I'm okay with smokers. I'm okay with ghetto dudes. No, I absolutely will not lessen my standards.
Well,
So
what about maybe, this is why I asked you in the beginning, maybe day after you get yourself together? Is that an option?
that's fine. But I'm still open to dating as I am now, and I would appreciate that person even more.
Would you date an unemployed man?
Again, because I look for the man to be the provider. As a woman, I wouldn't.
So you want a man to accept something that you wouldn't accept?
Right, right. And everybody has their preferences and what they accept and what they don't. But as a woman, I wouldn't date an unemployed man because how is he to provide?
Well, some men that are able to provide want women that can provide for themselves. A lot of men that like to provide for women, they do it as an honor because they know she's out here and she can hold herself down. This is conversations that I've heard at times that men don't mind providing, but they also want to be your daddy. And if they feel like you can't take care of yourself, why is it now my responsibility to take care of you?
Yeah.
Well, those are the ones I'm not looking for. I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for a man that's
Sugar daddy.
open. He understands where I am. He understands my capabilities and
She
my
wants a sugar
abilities.
daddy.
He knows that if he has a business, I'm willing to contribute and help him run it. So I have a lot of attributes that would be beneficial. So
all right, let's continue. Thank you for having that dialogue.
Yeah.
So, does the guy have to look a certain way?
I'm 5'5". I just ask that he's taller than me and has good hygiene, clean nails. After you use the restroom, please wash your hands, just the basics. Besides that, nothing.
Okay. What about money? Now we know he has to be a provider. Does he have to make a certain amount?
Um, in today's economy, of course, with inflation, living on the West Coast, any coast really, I say to live a comfortable life, you need at least six figures and at least 100,000 before taxes, which
Well, we knew
equates
that
to
was
about
coming.
maybe 80,000 afterwards.
Okay, I'm
That
just curious.
doesn't
Have you
work.
ever dated a man that has all your requirements?
All of them.
Remember when I told y'all women don't know numbers like that? She thinking the man making 100K is after taxes is bringing home 80. No, that's not math. That's okay. Okay. You know what? Clinton says she obese and picky. Yeah,
No smoking.
maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I have.
Why are
Like,
you not with that man?
so again, this was a while ago for
What's a
different
while
reasons.
ago? What's a while ago?
It could be a couple years because my last
A
relationship,
couple years is 2 years. Is it more than 2 years?
more than 2 years. My last relationship was 4 years ago.
Yeah, see, you know what? This is, I think Kendra's picking up what's going on here. This woman is very vague about certain things as it relates to herself, but she's very specific about this unobtainable, this unicorn that she's looking for. All right, let's keep going.
So 4 years ago, you dated a man that had all your requirements, salary included.
The money, no smoking. Yeah, pretty much. I met him here in Vegas.
What happened?
That was the guy with the older kids. And it was just, we just couldn't get along from the family aspect, but everything else was good.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's do the Kendra Cam, honey.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have no expectations. I don't have no curves.
You don't have no curves?
No.
Girl, you better be everything for the man that you requesting, child.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
is it. This is it.
we see you, honey.
Okay, I don't know if she's
So,
obese.
Kay, your last relationship was 4 years ago, correct?
Correct.
All right. Get back into the light for me, sweetheart. All right, there you go. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Over a year ago.
Okay. What are 3 flaws you have to work on, Kay?
I am very impatient. I can be immature sometimes.
Huh.
And impatient, immature. Sometimes I have low self-esteem. Yeah.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I think that I'm a nurturer. I'm very loyal. When I'm in a relationship, I definitely take care of my man. I fix his bath water, I cook, massages. So it's a great experience to be with me.
Okay. What's the age range you would date?
30 to 50.
30 to 50. 30 to 50. Kay, Las Vegas, 40, is a Virgo, currently unemployed, has no kids. I can't remember this question. Could he have kids?
Yes.
He has kids. Okay. Do you want him to be in Vegas?
No, he does not have to be in Vegas. He can be anywhere. I'm open to all races, just don't have an accent.
Okay.
Some cities, he's referencing that video on divorce court, but that was a while ago, and she could have lost weight. Even if she lost 200, still not marriageable. FYI, she was on divorce court years ago. She got divorced because she had a gambling problem and she was overdeveloped. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Overdeveloped. I guess that's one way of putting it.
If he's not in Vegas, is it his job to fly you to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. He's not getting on no flights unless you buy the plane ticket. Is it a first class ticket at that?
No, it doesn't have to be first class. I'm very down to earth. I just have these specifications, and it's the men that I've dated, they've treated.
I'm sorry. Did she say she's down to earth? What planet is that on? It can't be. Michelle Williams, while the work need to be put in first.
treated me well, so I'm just used to that. But I'm very down to earth. I'm not looking for anything too extravagant. To me, these are basics.
Well, I think that sometimes this is like the trick, that can be tricky. Dated as in relationships or dated? Hello? Okay.
Did she forget to pay her internet
I don't
bill?
know what's going on, Kay. I think you got frozen, boo. I want to get your contact info. Okay?
Yeah, I lost you. Okay. So my IG is the letter K, the letter T.
Ooh, child. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you get it?
No, your phone's going in and out. Okay, give me your IG and then I had a question, but what's your IG?
Okay. It's KT _naturally, NATURALEY.
Okay, and then I had a quick question. You said you dated men that fitted all these categories of your requirements. Were they dated or were they relationships?
Relationships. Yeah. My last relationship was like 2 years. Before that, like 2 or 3 years. So it's always been relationships. I can typically sometimes get a man. It's just hard maintaining that relationship sometimes because I don't know, you get tired of the person or you just grow apart or you just don't want to go through those battles.
No, what happens is that they start having sex with you and realize that you don't offer anything else but that, and they get bored and leave. I'm not seeing the Instagram here, so I don't know. Let's keep going. No, wait, who is this? Let's see. It's okay. That account's private, so we're moving on.
And I think as I mature, I'm learning that everything's not going to be great always, and you just have to make it through those tough times. So.
And there you have it. There you have it. All right, Kay. Well, you keep me posted how it goes, sweetheart.
Will do.
Bye. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this one was all over the place. All right. K39, is she marriageable? No. No. Is she feminine? Yes. She's childless. She doesn't have any kids. Her fitness is questionable. You guys were saying that she was on a TV show where it was easily obese, and she may have lost the weight, but I can't tell if she's just classified as being overweight or she actually obese. I can't tell. So but yeah, she's feminine and childless though. But yeah, no, that's it. And then the rest of the stuff, is she friendly? Yeah, if you make over 100K. Is she cooperative? If you make 100,000. Is she submissive? If you make 100,000. See where I'm going here? The vast majority of men, no. Michelle Williams says, you can't be a man's mama, then want him to be your daddy. Oh my God. I don't think she is, here's the thing. She spent more time describing the guy than she did talking about, how much time during that interview was she actually talking about the things that she is going to provide to the relationship? The vast majority of the time, she just been talking about this guy who most men. Is she marriageable? I think the better question is she the fun time girl? She's 39. Is that what's going on here? She's just a fun time girl. She's the rich man's plaything. Because she mentioned that she's dated guys like this before, but there's no marriage though. So it makes me wonder, is she the fun time girl? I don't know. But I don't think she's marriageable, though. Her idea is, and the chat was saying she was on divorce court, which means she was already married. So, I mean, the chances of you doing better than your first husband, as far as compatibility, and that's why divorce rates, go up the more you get like after the first marriage. The divorce, the chances of you getting divorced go up exponentially. So yeah, we're gonna need to move on because this one was yeah.
Let's keep going. Well, that one. Listen, y'all, don't be playing no games with me, okay? Only come on, only request to come on if you want to be on.
Oh,
Hello.
Kendra. Hi, Kendra.
Hi. What's your name?
Lauren, you picked me and it's my birthday. How are
Happy
you?
birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday to you. Happy
Kendra,
birthday.
I'm like, today, everything got to go right today because it's my birthday. How
Everything
you
I
doing,
go right
Kendra?
today. Well, let's try to continue everything going right today. So how old are you today, Lauren?
I am 34 years young.
34 years young, and you are a Virgo.
I am.
Okay, Lauren, 34. Virgo, you have any kids?
I do. I have 2 boys.
How old are
14
your
and
boys?
3.
Huh?
14 and 3.
14 and 3. Both by the same man?
No.
Why you not with a 3-year-old dad?
He was financially irresponsible.
Why you have a baby by him?
Thank you.
It didn't start off that way.
So he was financially responsible, then you got pregnant, and then he became irresponsible?
Pretty much. It's like I learned the way. See, it happened real fast.
I'm not buying that.
Like that time I met him, it was just like the love at first sight type thing. I was,
Translation: she was horny. That's what it really means. They were just having sex, and she wound up pregnant. I don't know why we can't just call this what it is.
He was something different. He's Arab. So I was like, okay, maybe this could be different. And we was having so much fun, and it was just so lit every day.
Fun time, girl.
And then I ended up pregnant, and it's just switched up. Just switched up.
Just switched up. So this is Lauren, 34, 2 boys. What you do for a living, baby girl?
I am an electrician. I work for the city.
Okay. Where are you coming from?
Too, Kendra. So
say one more time.
I say I'm from Chicago, so it's always construction going on here.
Okay. So you live in Chicago?
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Chicago, my second city. So Lauren, 34, electrician, Chicago, is a Virgo, 2 boys, 14 and 3. What kind of man you looking for?
I want an honest man. I want a man that can lead, strong,
really?
Mentally, emotionally, definitely financial, has some type of plan financially. One that kind of caters to, because I'm like a caterer. Like when I'm in a relationship, I'm like, okay, baby, whatever it is, I got you, that teamwork type thing. One that's down.
What are your deal breakers?
Dishonesty, cheating, bad hygiene, not willing to like reciprocate, like selfish men, like sassy men. I don't like none of that. Like the attitudes and stuff. I don't want none of that.
No sassy men, she said. Okay. No.
What does that mean?
Does he have to look a certain way?
I would say so. I like them dark. I kind of like them, like built. As far as height, taller than me.
Total misdemeanor. The Chirping Smoke Detector. Yeah, man, that's such a throwback. Yeah, I see what you're talking about there. Yep, single woman tale. They did not change their smoke detector battery for nothing. Okay, Michelle Williams. She may have learned from her mistakes. She might be the one. Maybe, we'll see.
Me, I got my heels on, so I'm really like 5'5", 5'6" or something.
Okay, all right. What about money? He got to make a certain amount of money.
Of course he does. He has to be able to take care of himself, and he has to be able to date and do stuff and travel and buy me shit and you know.
How much he got to make?
Mm, he can be around. I say honestly, like 60 and up.
60.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 60 and up. Remember, she said that, right? Here, you know what we do on this show? We actually put numbers to use. Real life applications. Average income for men in Chicago, 39,000. Now she wants a guy making 50. No, did she say 60? She said 60, right? Well, the average man makes 39. The average man who can take care of himself is making 39,000. Oh, I forgot to show this part. The average woman is making 30. So, is she looking for a man who makes double what she makes? Is that what's going on here? She probably makes more than 30 though, because she's an electrician. That's a field that tends to be dominated by men, which would make sense if you got 2 kids. But that's interesting. Let's keep going.
Yeah, 65, 70. I'm like up in that
70.
area. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I am electrician
60, 65, 70.
and up.
Okay. Your baby daddy's made that, I'm assuming.
No.
Yeah. One of them, not the first one. That was so long time ago. So my last son father, he did pretty good for himself. He was like an entrepreneur, so he had a lot of businesses and stuff. So
Wait, isn't this the guy that she was saying that isn't financially responsible? Did I miss something here? I had to miss something here. She couldn't be talking about that same guy, right?
he was bringing it in. It wasn't no complaints financially.
But you told me that the last baby daddy had financial issues.
Yeah, in the beginning it was sweet, Kendra. You follow me? Like it was going fast. Like everything was going fast. He was, making money, and then it seemed like it came to a halt.
Was he a
So
scammer?
is it fair to say he didn't meet the financial requirement then?
In the end, no. Because I found myself having to, do a little bit too much than what I wanted to on my end. So, no, it didn't work.
Didn't work. Okay. Lauren, let's do the.
So what she's really saying is she was only with him because of his money. When marriage-minded men hear that, yeah, you're all but done. Because that means that if I go through the trouble while I'm up and I go and make you my wife, the minute something happens to me, you're gone. Why, as a marriage-minded man, would I set myself up for that? Because you're not really trying to be here with me. If you're not in the gym shooting with me, but you want me to get the NBA contract though, right? So, yeah.
Kendra can.
Okay. I'm gonna set my phone down real quick, Kendra. I'm gonna step in this. So, this right here. See,
What is
my
she
little
wearing?
birthday outfit, y'all. So,
Oh, let's see this birthday. Where'd you go for your birthday, girl? You got the Daisy Duke shorts on for the B-Day. Look at that girl with the Daisy Dukes on. I want you to look at the girl with the Daisy Dukes on. Where'd you go today? Where the hell did you go with them Daisy Dukes on for your birthday, girl?
I was just moving all around the city. I was like downtown. I went to a couple of shops. We stopped at Shativa. Shout out to Shativa because they do be on point if y'all ever in Chicago. But that was my first time going there, and I was really just moving around.
Okay. All right, Lauren, when was your last relationship?
My last relationship was my son's father.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Long time, Kendra. Long time.
What does that
Long
mean?
time. Okay, you don't have to answer. Lauren, what are three
Okay.
flaws you have to work on?
Mm. Um, One for sure is definitely like my health. Like, getting in shape, working out, eating better. I need to stick to that a little bit more so
Fitness.
that I
Okay.
could, find myself like, a little bit more comfortable in my tire. But I'm confident, I'm good, but I just feel like it can always be better. If something is bothering me, I kind of let it show. I have an issue not really, what I'm saying, holding things like that in. And give me another one. I kind of sometimes, like in my career, I've been working for like 10 years. So I feel like sometimes when it's time for a change, I need to just go ahead and do that. Like, I feel like I've been wanting to move around and do different things. So I kind of get in my head a little bit. So that's another flaw.
Okay. And what's the age range you would date?
Okay.
You're 34.
Didn't really
Yep,
say
I will
anything.
date, I would say maybe 35 and up.
35 and up. And does he have to be in Chicago? I can't remember.
Um, he doesn't have to be in Chicago. No.
You does so you would relocate?
No, not necessarily relocate, but I do travel, so
Okay. Do you want more kids?
no, I do not.
No, you do not. Can he have kids already?
Sure, just not drama. Just hopefully that he's a good father. None of that abandonment. None of that. None of the drama. None of the not doing what he's supposed to do as a man.
Okay. Okay. All right, Lauren. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you? Did I ask you that question?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
I feel like a man would be lucky to be with me because um I feel as if I'm a very um hard working woman in a sense. Like a lot of people don't
What?
believe that I do construction and that I'm out there in the dirt and the mud. So I just feel like um it would be probably like no gender roles. It'd be like, all right, babe, I got you. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be I just feel like he should do this and I should do this type thing. It wouldn't be like I'm good at working in a team. Um what else? I'm sweet, like I'm cool. I'm super laid back, like I don't do too much. I'm not like you know, not like my expectations not high. It's just like, nah, babe, like when it comes to material things, it don't really have to be bought. It should be like something planned, something that we building. Like, I don't need stuff all, like just because type shit that's like not really gonna amount to nothing in the next couple years. You know what I'm saying? So I just like to think ahead. Okay.
Okay.
I like to have a plan. And what I need another one, or is that
No,
enough?
this is just why would a guy be lucky to be with you? There's not a number amount.
Yeah. And that's what's
And
on
that's
beautiful.
why. Let's do it. Well, happy birthday to
Oh,
you again.
huh?
Say it one more time.
I say, and I feel as if I'm a beautiful, let arm piece. I can step in any type of areas, around certain crowds, and I'm confident within myself, and I'm good.
She good. Don't play with it.
Okay.
Don't play with it.
Don't play with it. All right, baby girl. How can the guy reach out to you, baby?
You can check me out on Facebook, Lauren Lowe, LAURENLO, and you can hit up my Instagram, but I don't really be on that like that. But um,
No.
it's
Excuse
brown.
me. Do the one that you're gonna check. So is it gonna be Facebook?
Okay, yeah, Facebook, Lauren Lowe.
Lauren Love. All right, so today's her birthday. Happy birthday to you again. Lauren
Yeah.
in Chicago. She's an electrician, 34 years old today. She's a Virgo. She'll date 35 and up. Two boys, 14 and 3. She wants a man that is financially stable. You said 100K?
Sure.
No, no, you didn't say that. Did you say that?
But go up to, I say 75 up.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't want to put
And
a
there it
number if
is.
you didn't say that. All right, but be able to take care of her and take her out on dates. Is that what you said?
Take care of himself,
Take care of himself. Okay, take
get
care of himself.
date and do things. Because
Okay.
dating is a verb. Dating is a verb. That's what people gotta understand. Dating is a verb. It's something you do. So you gotta have money for that. You gotta be able to move for that. Gotta have time for that. So That's all.
Dating is a verb. Dating is a verb. Okay, boo, that is true. All right, baby, keep me posted how it goes.
Okay, thank you, Kendra.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, this one is Is she marriageable? Well, she's feminine. She came on here presentable. She looks like a woman. She's cooperative. Or at least she's looking for a relationship that works in cooperation, where she can work in cooperation with a man. That's all I got. I don't know what else is. I don't think she's submissive. She didn't give. I mean, none of the questions would answer that. Is she friendly? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. She has 2 kids, 14 and 3. And yeah, that's about it. I think that she is going to end up, unfortunately, in that fun girl category because of the income requirements, the men who fit that in a city where the average income is literally half that. The guys that she's looking at, yeah. Oh, boy. What's going on in the chat? I almost thought my fire alarm needed charging just now. Talking about this smoke alarm. She has a chance of dealing with a local Chicago rapper. Like I said, she's coming off as the fun time girl. Kids disqualified for me. She smiled a lot. Yeah, she did. That's why I went ahead and said I think she is feminine. Unfortunately, we couldn't check out her social media. But like I said, she looks presentable on here. So, she's feminine and she's looking for cooperation. I don't think that that's going to qualify for the average man just because her expectations around income are the vast majority of men don't meet that. So I don't know how cooperative, even though she says she wants cooperation in the relationship. That's usually what happens when she mentioned something very specific about, looking for not being concerned about gender roles. Usually that's a sign of that's a giveaway for a woman who is looking for cooperation. It's like that they're not looking for a traditional relationship. They're just looking to make things work. I think it's a good quality to have, especially today. The problem is that it's only for men who make over $70,000 a year, which the vast majority of men do not. You guys saw the numbers yourself, what the average man makes in Chicago. And for those of you who don't know, this show is dedicated, or my channel is dedicated towards average people, men and women. So this woman, I don't think that, the vast majority of men, she's not marriageable to. She's looking for a higher earner, but there are not enough. She's got 2 out of 6. And there may be more there if you get to know her. But, the question is, are the guys she's looking for, is that what they're doing? I don't think so. But we got to move on. Let's keep going.
Bible. I'm trying to see if it's ladies' night. I really want to get a guy, but it looks like it could be ladies' night tonight. Let's see who's over here. Hello.
Hi, Kendra, you chose me.
You look very well put together. I like this.
Oh,
I agree. She does.
Lighting is on point. You look prepared. I love it. What's your name?
I'm London.
London, where you calling me from, honey?
I'm in Arizona.
Arizona. How old are you?
29.
29. What you do for a living?
I am an entrepreneur and just a saleswoman in finance.
Okay.
London, Arizona, 29, entrepreneur, saleswoman, finance. Do you have any children?
I do. I have 2 amazing kiddos.
How old are you? Huh?
Sorry. They're 3 and 6.
Both by the same man?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been married?
No.
Why didn't you guys get married?
Well, we were really in a spiritual path, so we did a spiritual marriage. We didn't do under the, paper and the law and things like that. But
Okay.
I'll
It's
just
still a
say we were
marriage, though.
spiritually married, but
How do you get a spiritual divorce?
there is no spiritual divorce.
So how do you get spiritually married? Is there a pastor involved?
No, for him and I, it was just a ceremony that we did. There was no
Who did the
pastors.
ceremony?
Nobody. It was really, really unorthodox. Really not made into a whole big thing. It was between him and
So I get where she's coming from. They worked out the terms of their relationship between the two of them, and they came to an agreement and said, "This is us." I got no problem with that. It does present some challenges in other areas, but and I'm surprised that she actually is a fan of that, given that she works in finance, because a lot of documents require they require a marriage license or some proof of marriage. If you're just having a private ceremony between the two of you, there's a lot of stuff out there that does not qualify for. But either way, let's keep going.
I and a few family members where we just had a ceremony. No one spoke for us or anything. We spoke for ourselves. And
So I'm ignorant. This is me being ignorant. I'm not aware of this. So how did the ceremony go? Do you just stand up and you profess your love, and then it ends with you both agree to be spiritually married?
yeah, well, let's see. We definitely just stand up and talk to each other. We say something like vows, like an oath. And after that, we just, see, I think you'd ask all this, but it was an African-centered type of thing. So we did stuff with cowrie shells, clay, and all this stuff. And yeah,
And
it's
there's no,
really
and then now that
unorthodox.
you guys have decided to go your separate ways, there's no ceremony to dissolve it?
We didn't do one, no. The way
So-
our relationship was is like he didn't want me to go, and I moved out of the state because he really wouldn't let me go. And
So are you still spiritually married?
I did something called a cord cutting. I don't know if you've heard of that, but that's neither here or there. And to be honest, I don't like focusing too much on the past.
Well, only reason, listen, we're gonna move forward, but you're trying to meet a new man. So I'm trying to figure out, are you available?
True.
And if a man, and you say you were spiritually married, I think it's fair for a guy to know if you are now spiritually divorced.
Yes, well, I'd say so.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Do you guys co-parent well? You do have 2 young kids, 3 and 6.
Yes, he actually unfortunately passed away about 3 months ago. Yeah,
Your husband? Well, your child's father passed away?
he did.
That's horrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
it's okay though.
Wow. Kendra just kept asking about spiritual divorce. The guy's dead. I don't think he could. My God, that was good. Man, you know what? I've got her Instagram pulled up, and yeah, wow. Okay. Let's keep going.
Luckily, we were not together for about 1.5 years before he passed away. So it was hard on us, but not too hard. So I just thank the Most High for that. But
oh my God, that's so sad. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. All right, London. So this is London, Arizona, 29. What's your zodiac sign?
I prefer not to say.
Okay, that's fine. I'll respect it. London, Arizona, 29. Entrepreneur, sales, finance, 2 kids, 3 and 6. What kind of man are you looking for now, honey?
Yeah, so I'm attracting just a powerful, intentional man who is in his purpose and knows who he is as a man. He knows what he wants and who he is. I'd say a man who is in good faith and good integrity and good character, good hygiene as well. I'd also say a man who is an investor. I would prefer to have a man who knows how to invest his time, energy, and money wisely and expects his return. And a man who, just family man who knows how to communicate and who knows how to treat a woman and who knows how to invest in his woman as well and doesn't mind providing and protecting, is happy to do it.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. What about deal breakers? What are your deal breakers?
Okay. I'd say my deal breaker is just not being in your purpose, not knowing who you are. I'd say, just maybe being too easily swayed away from your responsibilities and your purpose. I don't want someone who can easily fall off and get swayed by.
Translation, she's looking for a man with self-discipline. So far we've heard a bunch of you know what, let me save that for later. Let's keep going.
Anything that's a distraction, basically. Just staying focused is important. Being reliable and responsible. If you're not reliable and responsible, no. And I'll say that's about it. Just know how to treat a woman, and a man who doesn't have respect for women, that's just a no-go.
Okay. Do you want more kids, London?
I do.
Okay. Can you have kids already?
Yeah, definitely. Just not too many baby mothers. I would prefer just have one, maybe two, and not over 3 kids.
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
Well, not necessarily. Just kind of match me, be clean cut, and have a debonair to you, just confident and charming and things like that. Taller than me. I'm 5'5", so you don't have to be too tall, but
average height,
and just pretty, just in shape.
I'm interested in the income.
Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Okay, so this is the. He doesn't necessarily have to make a certain amount. I will say he has to just be able to invest. So be comfortable in his life, be able to take care of himself. If he has kids, them as well, but just be able to invest is what I'll say.
All right, let's do the.
Spoken like someone who works in finance. So for those of you that don't know, I spent 5 years working in financial services as a licensed agent. And when you start talking about, when you say things like, well, he has to make enough money to invest, here's the problem. The average man does not make enough money to invest like she's talking about. And she's 29. Keep in mind that most men don't reach their earning potential until after 40, in most cases after 50 though. So while she didn't put a number on it, if you have a background in finance or if you study statistics and money, she actually did. And most men do not make enough money to save up for retirement. Not, at least not what she's talking about. Because this is if she works in finance, she's not talking about you contributing to your 401k, because the reality is that most on the job retirement plans are not set up right. You'd be surprised how many people think that I've been contributing to my 401k. I've been contributing to it for the last 30 years, only to find out that you weren't contributing enough to it. It's a sad tale, an unfortunate thing. That's why you see so many older people working part-time jobs, and those jobs are actually going away now because, so I'm in my 40s. I'm old enough to remember back when, you could get a job as an elderly person that's like a greeter at Walmart. They don't do that no more. They put your ass in the back with the stock. Just be like, hey, get this stuff up on the shelves. So they don't care anymore. So, but where are we at? Let's keep going.
Kendra Cam, London.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I am ready for you. Let me put you over here. Okay. All right.
He look very like you're in great shape.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I
You're
try.
petite. You're petite.
Yes, I am.
So this is London, Arizona, 29. What's the age range you would date?
I'll go to from 37 to 55.
Okay.
Oh, so
that
you
makes
want
sense.
older.
I'll do older because I do want a man who's established, who already pretty much has his stuff together. If you don't, it's okay. I am willing to build a bit, but I would prefer a man who has his stuff together. And so I will go up there.
Makes sense.
Okay. And when was your last relationship?
It was over a year and a half ago with my children's father.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Well, a lady never tells,
Thank
but
you.
I'll say it's been over a year.
Okay. And what are 3 flaws you have to work on?
Oh man, that's a good question, Kendra. Very good questions. Okay. I'll say the first one, time management. I can be a little late to things. And being nice. I'm really nice. I'm too nice. So I do want to cut back on that a little bit and be less, always stay kind, but I'm a little too nice.
Okay.
And a third one, I'll say that, okay, I'm a jack of all trades. I do a lot of things, a lot of different things. And with me growing a business, I'm kind of like all over the place with it, trying to do everything. So I'll say that I do need to just be able to double down and stay focused on one because I do a lot.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
This is a question, Kendra. Thank you for asking. Okay, so I'd say truly I am a rare gem. They don't make them like me anymore, not too much. I'll say that I'm everything you could ask for in a feminine woman. I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely worth it. And, I'd say I've been with one man for 10 years of my life since I was really young. And so for me, that's a big thing. I'd hope, my spirit's clean, my mental's clean, my emotions are pretty stable.
Wow.
So I'm grateful for that. And I'm plant-based vegan, been that for 10 years. So
Chris says, I have family in Arizona and go a lot. Curious if she's open to dating other races. Arizona is one of those states, unless you're a ball player, brothers ain't balling like that. Yeah. This is that's something to consider. I'm gonna get to that in a second, though. I want to wrap this up.
Again, just pretty clean spirited, mentally, physically, and that's about it. I just would hope and pray that a good, integral, wealthy, hopefully, man would want me.
Ooh, you threw the word wealthy in there.
Wealthy, yes.
You didn't give me a dollar amount though.
No, and I'm not going to. I'm not gonna say. He just has to be able to invest.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Okay, I do want you to respond to this. And it may not be a concern, but it could be a concern. You do.
She mentioned it again about being able to invest. Usually investing starts off at about, I think, I'm trying to remember what we said the minimum was. Usually it's around 50K a year, which is why marriage is so important, because this is what you can do with 2 incomes. You can start to invest, but let's keep going, because I have a sneaking suspicion that she wants the guy to make more than 50, but we did mention Arizona. I did want to look that up real quick. Marriage income. Gotta spell that right. Income for men in Arizona. And the average income is 37. At 37,000, if you're single, you can probably start putting away money for retirement. It's still going to be tricky, but it's doable. When you start talking about raising a family, the average income for women is 26. Yeah, actually, man, that's almost exactly the numbers here in Georgia. But I keep telling you guys that, across the country, that's about normal. That's what people want to actually. That's what people are actually making. So, again, one of the reasons why marriage is so important. But
you have two children, and you have a unique situation because I know you guys were spiritually divorced, but your children's father also has passed on. And again, we send our condolences. But for the man that might be concerned that you have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, what would you say to that?
Oh, well, I would say just don't see them as a liability. They're truly assets. They're amazing kids. And I, do earn so that, I can, if that is an issue, but I just plan to have a man who is a true provider and protector. So I doubt that he'd be too worried about that.
Ooh, her man will not be worried about that. All right,
every man
London,
is worried.
Arizona.
Almost every man is worried about that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I would prefer him to be close because I don't do long distance. I'll talk for a while, but he has to be willing to come visit me, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so London, Arizona, 29, entrepreneur, sales and finance, 2 children, 3 and 6. She's open to having more children. She'll date 37 to 55. Be a man that's willing to be a provider, know how to invest. And she did throw out the word wealthy, but we didn't give no dollar amount, and we're going to leave it at that. All right, honey, how can the guy reach out to you?
Okay, I'll get to that. But first, Kendra, can I ask you a question?
I may not answer it, but you can.
Okay, that's fine. But I'll say, I know that you know people and you personally know good men who are smart, intellectual and all that. I ask that you consider, if you make me a highlight, if you can please consider sending this video to them, if you think that they'll like me, if you think that they'd be a good fit. Because I'm here to do big things, Kendra, here to serve and help the community, especially my man and my family. And I really know that we'll be a power couple, and we'd be able to say, Kendra did that. She's the one who put us together. We'd give you all the credit. And yes, would you consider that?
It's interesting. A woman, you're actually only the second woman that's ever asked me that, to be honest, which is actually weird. You would think more would ask. I do know a lot of wealthy men. And I'm trying to think about the wealthy men that I know. I know a lot of wealthy men that aren't willing to settle down, though. And I feel like you want a man that, I think you're ready to settle down, right?
I mean, I would say so. I am enjoying the single life and, just really being, learning how to be with myself. But I definitely would love to settle down, but it's no rush. I'm not in the biggest hurry.
That's not what she's talking about. That's not what Kendra's talking about. Yeah, I think that one went over her head. But let's just get to the end here.
Well, let me say this, and I had this conversation again before, and this is why I asked you about the kids. Some wealthy men that I know, this does not apply to all, so I don't want no single moms to be offended when I say this, but I've had conversations with men who are wealthy who don't consider women with kids only because of the legacy part. So they say like they will date a mom, but marriage they won't do because they don't want their assets to then go to children who are not biologically theirs. And I'm just being honest. These are very, very wealthy men. And I've been having these deep conversations lately with them to understand their mindset more so I can share more. And I had one guy in particular said he would date a woman with children for life, but he would never be legally bound to her for that reason. Because he wouldn't want when he passed on, he wouldn't want his hard work to be passed on to somebody else's legacy.
Oh yeah. Well,
but that doesn't mean, but I want to just say, because you asked me about the crew of men that I know. So I was sitting here and I was trying to think, but I don't do that. Let's start there. I don't do that. I do not personally send videos to the men, and but I mean my guy friends do watch the show, and there has been moments when I have friends that have watched the show and have seen a woman and they have reached out to me about a woman. That's happened. That's happened.
Okay.
Before.
Okay.
Well, that was I was just thinking about that doesn't apply. Your wish could be your command potentially. Let's see if it happens. So
you.
outside of my crew, how could the guy that fits what you described reach out to you?
Yes, so I put my Instagram there. It's Netaru, NTRU_London PHP. And just don't be alarmed. I don't have many followers. I'm not a big social media person.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What?
I like to stay in the moment, but also my Facebook, if I can say, it's London Phillips, the way it's spelled down there, London, and then Phillips the normal way, and you'll find me on there.
Wow. Is not active in social media. Wow. Okay, so here is her Instagram. Now I've scrolled through this already, and I can't say that there are any thirst traps here. Most of her pictures, like this, looks like it's taken by a professional. You spend some time behind the camera, yeah, you can recognize well, you know what? We're not gonna have that conversation here. But yeah, it looks like it was taken by a professional. Some of these other pictures too, that's not, but yeah. She appears to be feminine, legitimately so. Okay. Total misdemeanor says now she's dry begging Kendra to make her a highlight on her nonprofit entrepreneur organization and men in Kendra's circle. Yeah, I think she's just trying to stand out. I don't know if because it's questionable. This business that she does or whatever it is, it's not. I'm not clicking on any of that stuff. So it is what it is. But we can keep going.
As well.
Okay, there you have it.
Yes,
Keep posted how it goes, baby.
I will. Just one more thing. I just want to thank you for everything, you being you and you having this channel and helping people find each other. And
okay, I think we can we'll move on for this. Let me put her Instagram up here. You know, I think this woman is she hit a couple of categories here. Obviously, she's got 2 kids already, and it's a fortunate situation where the kid's father has passed away. But is she cooperative? I don't think so. Because I don't think she's looking to build with anybody. Is she submissive though? There were hints of that. When she described the guy and she mentioned him being established. Usually women who are looking for an established man, and she actually backed it up with the age range that she's looking for. Most of the time women will say that they want an established man, but then the guy ends up being like the same age and like his late 20s, early 30s. And it's like, okay, that's not the case. She actually said 37 is the minimum, and it goes all the way up to 55. Is she feminine? Yeah. She came on here. She looks presentable. She doesn't look like a thought pocket, you know, and she's not obese. Is she friendly? She appeared to be genuinely friendly. She smiles a lot, which I'm assuming, and it's even in her Instagram, you know, we got photos of her with a smile on her face. So I'm assuming that if I had to look at this, I would say, yeah, she appears to be friendly. Yeah, so I mean, that's 4 out of the 6. So do I think she's marriageable? Even though I know there is an income requirement, I think that because of the age range that she's looking to date, I think this woman is marriageable. But we got to move on, right? Let's see here. Go back here.
Also helping people see themselves. It's an amazing thing, and you deserve the best. I know you have it, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I received that. Thank you, London. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye, baby girl. Money is not a tax write-off. I'm not tax documenting these things. And that's something I actually should be doing. I'm not even thinking about that. God got me. He my accountant. So even though I know it's a higher being, but one thing for sure and one thing for certain, I stand for Black, and that's just that. And if you don't know that, then that's on you. All right. Let's keep going. Let's get Kiki because she's smiling. What kind of energy you got over here, Kiki?
Hi, how are you?
What's your name, baby?
I'm Kiki.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?
Please
Don't you
stop.
ever,
No,
ever leave him
oh
beside
God.
me? Kiki, how
Oh,
old are you?
about to hit
The
mute.
7 years that song's been haunting me.
Is it 7 years now? Damn. You don't like it? You don't like it?
I get it a lot. I get it a
I
lot.
think that's just what it is. Okay. How old are you,
I am,
Kiki?
but I'm originally from Illinois.
Illinois. How old are you, honey?
I'm 29.
29. What do you do for a living?
I am a realtor and a flight attendant.
Okay. And a flight attendant. You have any children?
I do not.
No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. So, Illinois, what part?
Naperville.
Is that where you consider home?
That's where I'm from. I was born and raised in the Chicagoland area.
Where do you live, girl? Kiki, you
Miami. I live in
where?
Miami.
Where? Miami. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Miami. All right. So Kiki, Miami, 29, Gemini, realtor, flight attendant, no kids. What kind of man you looking for, baby?
I am looking for, as someone else has said, a provider, because I also don't believe in this 50-50 thing. So I do want someone who is willing to accept me as a housewife and like a house mom. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, we getting right into it. So once you get married, you don't want to work anymore.
Correct.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers. So I don't want anyone who smokes, because I don't smoke. I also don't drink, but I don't care when people drink because everybody drinks. But I don't want anyone that smokes. Another deal breaker would be if you're broke, because you can't take care of a family if you're broke. And I don't plan on providing for any man, because that's not my. I do believe in the roles, so that's not my role. And if you are like, if you can't take care of yourself, like if you don't have a car or you don't have basically like basic living things, like if you have to live with your parents or something, I don't want that either.
Okay. Kiki said, you better get it together, because I am a wife and I am not working. So let me ask you a question. So obviously you want to have kids.
Yes.
You want to have kids. Okay. So do you feel like it's your responsibility to take care of the home? Like, I know the home is more than cooking and cleaning, but what are some of the things that you feel as though will be providing? I mean, obviously you'll be bearing children um, as as a housewife, and I think this is important because men have said women ask for a provider, but then they don't want to, reciprocate their role in getting a provider.
Well, so for me, I believe that I will, like, as you said, take care of the house, take care of the kids, but that in itself is his own job. So I usually deal with men with children. I am trying to get away from that, but I have dealt with a lot of men with children, and it's so much that goes into it when it comes to like sports, just all these different activities that I have to run them back and forth with, going to school, running them back and forth with, doing hair, and like taking boys to the barbershop to get their haircut. It was just a lot that I didn't realize. Like, it's a lot. Like, you can't do that and then do your job and then be a girlfriend or wife to your person. Is too many hats.
Newsflash. People do this all the time. Like, it's called life. And she's starting to make me wonder about her maturity level. Talking about this stuff, it's just too much. You can't do. Man, I'm married and 2 kids. Both my wife and I have full-time jobs. Still got 2 kids, still raising them. So that's what most people do. She's 29 and her maturity level is in question right now.
While he's only expected to wear one, which is the provider, which is not fair. So
Also, you think that his role is easier?
His role is working and taking care of the financial aspects and then taking care of us emotionally.
But for me, it would be not only just taking, like, I don't feel like I should have to take care of the financials as well, and then also take care of the house and the kids and you and everything else that has to do with our, like, making plans for us and everything like that. I don't feel like that should be fair.
Okay, okay. Okay, I definitely respect your desires. So, could he have kids already?
No.
No, so we cannot have kids already because you won't be a stepmom.
I mean, that position already, like, all of, like, 75% of the men that I've dealt with have had kids because most of them are older than me. But I just don't want to be in that position anymore.
I do want to deep dive in one more question because the one thing you said is his only thing he has to do is provide. And that's why I said, do you think his job is easy? So, how much money does this man have to make you think?
Well, since I'm in Miami, it's not cheap here, but we don't necessarily have to stay in Miami. Like, we can go on the outskirts of South Florida. So I'm gonna say probably around 80,000.
Stop the show. 80,000. Okay. Average income for men in Florida, 34,000. For women, it's 24,000. And that's about what she's making. A flight attendant and a realtor. Now, let's be honest here. She's a flight attendant who got a real estate license. Because how are you showing properties and you're always on the move? Those two careers do not make sense. What, are you just showing houses on the weekends? Come on now. Any real estate agent, if you talk to any real estate agent, that's a 50-hour-a-week job minimum. So how you doing that and you catching flights? Like, that isn't, no. So, and he needs to make $80,000 a year. The one thing I do agree with what she's saying is that if she is going to be a stay-at-home, meaning that she does not have any source of income, you do have to make about no, wait, it's about 60 in Florida. How I got that? You just combining the two incomes together. So yeah, you need to make about 60. What she's talking about is a upper middle class lifestyle, and well, let's keep going.
How many kids do you want to have?
So that's for, like, right now, because I'm not expecting them to have kids. And if you can take care of yourself with 80,000.
Right, but when you have kids, do you think a man could, you think 80,000? I mean, maybe. So I thought the number would be higher because you're being clear that you're not working.
Correct.
Right. So do you feel as though 80,000, how many children do you want to have?
I want to have probably 2 and then adopt 1, so 3 in total.
So do you think $80,000 is enough to
he would
raise
have to
a
make
family?
at least 80.
So that's not the true answer.
That's
How much money does he have to make?
For the initial, just he and I, 80, but he has to have, like, a trajectory of moving up.
So exactly, that's why we're having this conversation, because 80,000 for what you desire. I mean, shout out to the people, because it can be possible. Now, there are people who are living off of $80,000 out of a family of 4. But my assumption is you want to live a certain way, and you want to live in Miami, and you know, you mentioned sports and activities and all these things. So have you ever thought about how much money it would take for you to be a complete stay-at-home wife that this man has to make to provide for you and 2 children and an adopted child?
In South Florida, it'll definitely be over 100,000. But if we were no longer in South Florida or not in Miami, but like in like Homestead or something, it's a lot cheaper.
I think for the way that you want to live in Florida, house included, because you got bedrooms. You want a house or you want an apartment?
I would prefer a house, but
Have you ever looked at the houses in, like, the market? How much do they go for?
So that just depends on where
Miss Real Estate Agent, how much they go for?
you're trying to go, because if you try to buy a house in Miami, it's going to go from like 600,000 to $1 million. But if you try
So this man, in order to provide the kind of life that you just described, has to make, I would say, bare minimum 300 to 400,000. because you don't want to work at all. You want 3 children. I'm assuming you want your children to have opportunities, and you want to live in South Florida. You just told me the house costs 600,000. So that mortgage, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but this is not an 80K man.
That is for Miami. But
so you'll leave Miami.
Yes, I'm willing to leave Miami. Miami is not for a family. I don't feel like it's for like a family.
Okay.
I feel like it's people.
Okay. So
that's an interesting point that comes up that a lot of women on this show don't really address. But again, it's not too often you get women from Miami calling into this show. Is that Miami is not, it's about like Vegas. It's an adult playground. So, but here's the thing though. Most marriage-minded men are not hanging out there. We're not. It's a great place to visit. Again, you put yourself in that fun time girl category, but most men are not looking for their wives in Miami. They're just not. Chris says she's looking for $250,000 man if you factor in college, cars, family trips, etc. See, I get where Kendra's trying to go, but the problem is this again. Average income for men in Florida, right? So she has talked about moving out of Miami. She'd be willing to do that. The real question is that what type of lifestyle is she looking to have? And Kendra kind of just ran her over with that and didn't really let her explain it. Because I think what she was hinting at is that if it's too expensive here, we can live somewhere else, cheaper. Now, that's not to say that I get the fact that, it may be that she's put some thought into this 80,000 and she's saying that, well, we can go where we can afford to, his salary will pay for our lifestyle and not have to worry about it. So you might not be you might be in South Florida, but it's probably a small town where cost of living is, a lot cheaper and your money goes further. So it could go either way, but we need more information. But so far, let's just keep going.
80. Okay. So you are willing to relocate to a city with a man that he could comfortably provide for you and 3 children for a little bit over 100K.
Correct.
Okay. She's willing to relocate. There are other, like you would go to Mississippi where it's very cheap.
No, I'm not leaving. I would no, absolutely not. I'm not leaving Florida.
There we go.
Well, then girl, have you ever thought about this for real?
Yes.
It's fine. I think you should get the numbers right then. Because if you want to,
have you lived in Florida before? Because Florida is a big state. It's not it's also Tampa, it's Orlando, it's a bunch.
Yeah, aren't those all expensive? You just told me.
No.
Yeah,
what's the house? Okay, Miami. So what's the houses in Tampa and Orlando?
About 300,000, 300, 350.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll make it work for 150K.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does he have to look a certain way?
That number just keeps getting higher.
He can't be fat or short.
Let's do the Kendra can.
Okay.
You do gotta buy. Ooh, not you made the dress.
Cause it's a moo-moo.
He's like, I'm gonna let you see my shape.
I'm not
he can't be sure. How tall does he have to be?
At least 5'10", at the absolute least.
So above average.
What's the age range, Kiki?
And here
28
we go.
to 37.
28 to 37. Okay.
Nope.
When was your last relationship, baby girl?
My last official relationship was we broke up last year in July.
Okay. You don't have to, last year. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
About 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay, who's this guy?
My ex.
Who's your ex?
The one that we broke up a year and a all.
Does he have all the requirements?
Yes, but he also has 4 kids. So.
Oh, okay. So you'll sleep with a man that has 4 kids. You just won't marry a man that has 4
No,
kids.
I would have married him. I would have married him.
You said you wouldn't marry a man with kids.
No, he changed my aspect of dating men with children. I don't want to date men with children anymore.
But you'll have sex with them.
No.
Just have sex with a man that has 4 kids.
Yes, because that was my ex and we just ended.
Okay, so what I'm saying is true. You will sleep with a man that has kids.
No, not anymore. No. I'm not having.
I'm
never seeing him again anymore.
You just saw him 2 weeks ago. So for 2 weeks.
That was like me moving all of my stuff out of the house and like saying like, okay, we're done. We're not talking anymore.
So the rules you just gave me have been in place.
Yeah, this is not going good. This is not going to end well. Because she's contradicting herself. I get it. I understand what her argument is that, I'm over and done with this guy. But if you're the new guy coming in and you hearing this sound like I gotta compete with this guy too. So, you actually are competing with him.
For 2 weeks.
Well, he had all of the requirements. And
he didn't have all the requirements. He has 4 kids.
I know that.
So that's not all. So don't lie when you talk to me. That's not all the requirements because he has 4 kids. Isn't that you told me a harsh no kids?
I was okay with dating men with children until I was dating him, and then when me and him decided we are no longer going to deal with each other, I no longer want to deal with men with children.
And that's why I said that this implemented 2 weeks ago, correct? Because the last time you slept with him was 2 weeks ago. He had 4 kids, so the new requirements had to take place then. Or if they didn't, you were making an exception for your own rules.
It was officially put in place 2 weeks ago, correct?
Okay, fair enough. All right, why do you think you're single?
I think that I'm single because I'm big on like fact checking, and within the last 2 years I've done a lot of self reflecting and self healing, and fixing just like issues with how I manage my anger and everything. I wasn't like a super angry person or anything, but like I would direct my anger irresponsibly. So I've worked on that, and so I think that I'm single because of those past issues, and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty great.
So that's the only flaw you have?
Unrealistic standards, maybe?
I mean, that was basically a big one. Oh, and I like to fact check things, so I don't take people's words for it. I kind of always go to Google to make sure I'm not, like, what I'm talking about. And some guys don't like that.
Translation, I have trust issues.
Take their word for it. Also, a big issue was, like, before this previous relationship, I was more so like the guy in the relationship, whereas like I was making more money than my partner, and I was the one that was like, oh, let's go out to dinner and I'm paying, like, or I'm buying you clothes, or I'm doing like cute little stuff for you. And
this is the guy.
And then, oh man, so I'm kind of getting the picture here. So she went completely in the opposite direction, and now she's doing that again. She went from being the man in the relationship, the lead in the relationship, to being the feminine one in the relationship. Now it's like, you know what? I'm about done with this one. Let's just keep going.
This is the guy that has 4 kids?
For him, no, he was definitely, I allowed him to be the man.
You said the last relationship. He wasn't the last relationship?
Prior to him.
The relationship before him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
But yeah, no, that's basically, I was the guy, I guess, in the relationship prior to him. And then so with him, I allowed him to be the guy. But in the beginning, I was definitely more of a masculine energy. And so I had to fix that. And so I did.
Okay. And then the guy that had the 4 kids, he was more of a provider.
Correct.
Got you. Does he have, are all his kids by the same woman?
2 of his kids is by the same person, and then the other 2 are by 2 different women.
So 2 women. He must got that demon penis.
Okay.
The sex gotta be good. I feel like any man with that resume has good sex because I don't feel like women would tolerate it if it wasn't.
I mean, he was like 20 and 21 when he had those kids, and in college, and a Kappa. So,
What does that mean?
I mean, Kappas have like their own little reputation of.
I mean, I'm assuming he has to be attractive and all this swag going on and things of that nature. That's when women make exceptions for men generally like that.
I mean, yeah, he's attractive. He's attractive.
Yeah. Okay. But you're done with that, right?
Yes.
Okay, she's done with that. All right, what's the age range you would date, Kiki?
27 to about 37, or 28.
Oh, you told me that. I apologize. 28 to 37. Okay, so let's break it down. Kiki's in Miami, a Gemini, 29, realtor, flight attendant. She has no kids. Let's be clear. Kiki is a housewife, okay? If you are not a provider.
You know what? I'm tired of looking at this one. This is is she marriageable? Well, she's feminine and she's childless. She's not cooperative because she has, to the vast majority of men, she's not cooperative. Same thing. She is submissive if you make $150,000 a year. So that's a no. So no, she is not marriageable. Feminine and childless though. Yeah. This has got to be the last one because, yeah, I don't even want to look at her social media. I think it's a waste of time at this point. But this was fun. Usually you see clips coming out this week of me chopping this show up. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this time because I've got some other stuff to take care of. Work has been crazy and it's probably going to get crazier. So watch the replay of this. That's all I can tell you. Join the channel membership because this week I'm almost certain there's going to be an exclusive episode of Is She Marriageable? You will only be able to see it through membership. So I think we're going to call it a night, guys. Yeah, because it's getting past my bedtime. And remember to like the video on your way out. But this is another great show. Did we have some marriageable women? I think we did. Yeah, I want to say we did because, yeah, we did. Some questionable women too. Yeah. That first woman was an interesting case. So, yeah, if you're just now joining us, go back and watch that one. That was a crazy one right there. But we did have at least one marriageable woman who was, who checked a couple boxes in the categories. But give a personal shout out to my moderator, Chris, who always makes this show interesting and very easy to do. Thank you, sir. And the rest of my guests, I appreciate it. And thank you for all the super chats. Guys, I greatly appreciate you supporting the show. If you don't know, YouTube pay is not as high as you guys think it is. I mean, really, it is pathetic. So super chats are greatly appreciated. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. These last two just wore me out mentally. It's like trying to listen to these women and the stuff that they just don't think about, and it's just like wow. But yeah, Chris, it was 2 women. But look, guys, we're gonna call it a night, and I'm gonna say goes to the next time. Peace.